Welcome, Pokemon trainers, Pokemon breeders, and Pokemon masters alike. It's your host of the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the next part of our GenLocke challenge. And for those of you who don't know what a GenLocke challenge is, well, boom, baby, we have the description right over here. We have the description. It is basically a variant of the Nuzlocke challenge. It's a super Nuzlocke, if you will, and we've already completed our Generation 1 version of it. We're well into our Generation 2 version with gold version of it. So without further ado, let's just get underway. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into the Elite Four. Our first up is Will. Alright, Will of the Elite Four, who I always thought was either, like, there's a lot of conspiracy theories around Will. I think Will is Lorelai's apprentice or some begrudged person against Lorelai. I always thought that way. Either way, Xatu comes in at level 40. We already have Copper, of course, level 45. Jumped in with a quick Thunderbolt. And what is that going to do? Well, it's easily going to take this guy out in one shot because, of course, Copper has a high-ass special attack, and we boosted our guys up to be able to go up against the champion. So, now Jinx comes in level 41, and I'm a little worried right now. I'm thinking, like, well, I don't have super effective advantage or anything like that. There's Lovely Kiss, there's Ice Punch, there's a lot of things Jinx can do. But a Thunder Punch gets us to below half, and Psychic, another one of the most damaging attacks in the game, and boom, it does a hard hit. But now that we know we can do over half to Jinx, and we can outspeed her, we get rid of her, though we did take a hefty hit from Jinx. Now Executor comes in, but we already know what to do, right? We go for Ancalagon. 100%. Ancalagon, the black, jumps in. Level 46, right there. Look at that experience bar. So close to that 47. We know right out of the gate that a Flamethrower should one-shot this Executor regardless of his special defense. Because, once again, it's a goddamn Ancalagon. It does the job. Boom. That Leech Seed means nothing. And boom, we reach level 47. Once again, well under the level cap, and you can see that beautiful special attack stat there. And now it's a Slowbro, level 41. Now this is a little more scary because high bulk, high attack. There's a lot of factors involved when it comes to Slowbro, because you also don't know how they're built. But I think in the end, we still jump into... What do we do here? Oh, we stay in. Wait a minute. We stay in and we go... Very odd. We go for Fly. To take a Leech Seed damage? Goes for the special attack... Special defense raise. Why did we stay in? And then goes for a Curse. So we're making our situation from bad to worse. Was I drunk when I played this? I feel like I was. Maybe a tad, because that made no sense what I just pulled. I mean, you can be scared about their first move and try to stay in for something, but I mean, there was the possibility of a Surf or something else. Body Slam right here on poor Copper. Now Copper's down to 32 and won't be able to stay in realistically unless we're willing to bet that we can one-shot what comes next. We do the double Thunderbolt. It works out, but now we've weakened Copper even more. And another Xatu comes in. Yes, I know I can outspeed it. Yes, I'm assuming I can beat a level 42's defense or special defense in this point, but still, like, that was not a good play. So we weakened our team for no good reason. Don't like it. So we defeat the imposter and we move on. Team Rocket Secret Agent Lorelai's apprentice has been defeated. And now a gym leader, I always love this idea. A gym leader elevated to an Elite Four member because they're that fucking good. Now we had to use a few of our potions here, obviously, to give to Ankalagon and some such. And also now to Copper. Which, as you guys probably know, I'm not happy about, but we utilize all the ones. This is why we save up as many as we do, and we do not save anything in the way. Now we go Ankalagon right now to fight against Koga. The fade out was probably just a difference in me, like leaving the computer for a while or something, but or getting a drink or something like that. But either way, we're up against Koga right here. Ariados. So yeah, everybody knows that it starts with Ariados. It's an easy pick to go for the... We go for the obvious choice, which is of course our fire type, to fight against Koga because he has that Fortress and he has the Ariados, which both super effective to fire and have weak, definitely weak against a flamethrower from a Charizard. Muck jumps in though, and Muck is one hell of a combatant. We're going to jump into our Nido boy. Our shiny ass Nido King here, however. And he's going to minimize, unfortunately, on his first turn. We're hoping to do some easy damage with Earthquake, because we have set this guy up. Of course, with the minimize, it misses, and now we go for the Sludge Bomb. Granted, we cannot be poisoned, and it does very little to Nido boy. Nido boy, however, is only level 44, but he's very close to 45 after all our training, and now he is ready to go. If he kills this in one shot, which he does, of course 100, super effective, we will get enough to get to level 45. Let's go Nido boy. Team Dallas Nido boys. Never a doubt. Now Venomoth comes in. Seems like I thought about that one for a while. I can sort of see why. There's multiple options for Venomoth. And anybody taking the Psychic is always going to take a hit. And even though that was a smaller hit, relatively speaking, another bigger hit might spell disaster for Ankalagon. So, yeah. So we Flamethrower the Venomoth. It's a critical hit. I don't think it mattered, but either way, if it did, we win that one handily. Now there's two left. A Crobat, of course, that we said, well, fuck it, might as well stay in and see what kind of damage a 47 Ankalagon's Flamethrower can do against a 44 Crobat. And it's... I'm pretty sure that critical hit mattered 100%. Crobat is a third evolution as well, and very powerful. Now in comes somebody who ends a lot of Nuzlocke runs, who can use the explosion or self-destruct or what have you. Thankfully, with the ×4, if you have a fire type, Fortress isn't that big a deal. If you do not have a fire type, however, Fortress is a very big deal. And now Ankalagon has gone to level 48 with Koga. It's all good. And now, once again, Koga, a gym leader turned into Elite Four member, just, it's awesome. I really like it. I really like the elevation there. The fact that Agatha retired, sort of idea, making way for the apprentice, which is Karen. Lorelai moves on, and then Bruno's really the only one left, and, you know, not there. So we're switching out to Wild Wing to start, or Nido? Yeah, this is where we're like questioning, do we start with Nido Boy, or do we start with Wild Wing? And here's where I save, as I obligatory do. I left this one in. I probably did the same thing, that's what the cut was. I probably do the same thing before, up here against Bruno, because Force of Habit, I save before every gym leader, I save before every rival battle, before every Elite Four member, it's just Force of Habit. And now, Bruno shows up with the Hitmontop. I go in there with Wild Wing, our MVP, and I hit this bitch with a Psychic. Now, once again, I thought about starting with Nidoboy. And maybe that would have been better because goes for the dig and we don't kill with our first Psychic. That is not great. So we go for Ankelagon because dig can't do anything against a flying type. And thankfully by Gen 2, by Gen 3 in yellow version, Charizard is considered a flying type. But right here, or he can learn fly at the very least in yellow version. Not sure if he's considered a flying type or not. We also have super effective attacks with Wing Attack. There goes the Hitmontop. We took the hit. It's fine. 4 more to go. Going for the Onix. Great sprite for Onix, by the way. Back into Wild Wing. Let's see. What does Onix have in store? What are you going to unleash? Sandstorm, which is going to do mediocre damage over time. A little annoying, but it is what it is. Now, of course, this was a good choice to switch into because now we'll definitely ×4 kill an Onix if we have 3 levels higher with Wild Wing 100%. No problem there. Now, with Hitmonchan, a little different. He does have Thunder Punch, but he takes a little bit of damage as well. A little stronger. I think I'm faster. And I am in a Psychic Blast. So, with that little bit of chip damage, it's still not enough. And Hitmonchan does get off a Thunder Punch. Thankfully, this is before the physical special split. And guess what? Thunder Punch doesn't actually do enough for me to worry about. And the Sandstorm actually is the one to take him out. So I go to below half health. But thankfully enough to survive. But I'm not going to bet that I can survive a Mega Kick, High Jump Kick, whatever he's going to do. So I decide to do a quick switch into Ankelagon. And it's only a double kick, but still might have been a good choice. Either way, the Sandstorm rages. It attacks me. It does more than those double kicks did. And Hitmonlee takes a hit. Now this is where I once again go for, instead of Wing Attack, I'm going for the Fly. Goes for Swagger. He misses. The Sandstorm is over. And boom, we go for the Fly, which is physical. And boom, it does enough to take out the Hitmonlee. Now we're into the last Pokemon. We know what it is. It's a Machamp. It's always been a Machamp, but always will be. He looks frightening as hell. So, we are thinking about switching. And we do! Actually, we do. We switch into a full health Nidoboy. Shiny Nidoboy. Goes for the Rock Slide and misses. Maybe that's why we switched. Now, we go straight up for an Earthquake on this guy. Which isn't super effective, of course, but it will just do heavy damage. Just enough to do half. We take a Cross Chop. The thing is, it's not very effective due to our poison typing. Another Earthquake. And boom, it's enough. The Machamp goes down, baby. And we beat Bruno. Pretty handily, in fact, but we did take damage across the board that we're going to need to heal up for the next bout, for sure. Here's where we need our potions. Because once again, we have no use for them after the fact, so we just use them to bring everybody up to speed. So between all the potions, we heal up Nidoboy with our super potions, which do 50 of course. We heal Ankelagon. And Wild Wing. Oh, we used it only for the 26. Alright. Now we're going to go up against Karen. And here we go. Up against Karen. Let's see what happens. Agatha's Apprentice, the Dark type user, sends out a very special defense heavy Umbreon, but also defensively nice. So we send out Apollo for showcasing, and even without a critical, which we were hoping for, we get... Okay, so here's where things are already starting to fail. So we got the Karate Chop, but we didn't get the critical hit on the Umbreon. Used a sand attack, it hit, there was a problem. No critical hit, yada yada yada. But boom, we managed to get rid of the Umbreon early on. Apollo's first appearance is to win in the Elite Four battle. Now they send out a Vileplume. Our obvious choice, of course, is Ancalagon. I don't know why we're hesitating here, but we do decide to go for Ancalagon for an easy victory. They'll probably Stun Spore or something. Oh no, a Petal Dance. Okay. Now it's going to do it's still very damaging for a move that is against flying and fire type, so it should do 0.25 effectiveness. Still did the damage it did. Very, like, impressive. Really, really. Now, up against the Gengar that just jumped out, we're going to say nope. We're going to just try to do some quick damage with a flamethrower before we decide to switch out. And instead, we bring that thing down to the red. It does a lick attack. We don't get the paralyzation, and I feel no reason to use another flamethrower. But at red, if she's going to heal, she'll heal, but she doesn't, and a Dragon Breath, boom, takes her out. Dragon Breath, once again, is just there in case of the worst case scenario up against Lance. And Flamethrower up against the Murkrow. Since I'm going to send that one out too. And does well over half. Boom, a critical hit. I think it did matter. I think we get him into the red. I think the crit mattered. I'm not sure if a high roll Flamethrower would kill him. Now, Houndoom jumps into the fray. So we go for the wing attack, since we know it'll do neutral damage. It does about half. This one goes for the crunch, because those flamethrowers, they are deadly. And now our special defense has fallen. And Calagon is actually not looking so hot. Thankfully, the wing attack does do what it does. We reach level 49, and everything's okay. That Houndoom was looking pretty fierce with that crunch attack. Like, goddamn. Did quite a bit of damage. And now Karen is speaking the truth. Karen is actually a very good Elite Four member, always speaking the truth. And now we go forth to face the champion. Let's see, we're going to use a Hyper Potion on Ancalagon. Everybody else looks to be healed up. So yeah, definitely going for that greatness. Switching up our team. Copper. Yep. Alright, so we're up against. We talked about it. We have talked about this. Who elevated from the Kanto Elite Four to the Johto Elite Four, and Lance. Well, he might have been the top of the Elite Four in Kanto, but now he's the top of the Johto. He's the champion. And of course, he's still got that Gyarados. We're going in Thunderbolt. Easy pickings. We know that it's going to one-shot. We know we open up early. There was other strategies we could have gone with. By the way, one of the best, the hardest Gyarados sprites right there. I love Silver version, but that is the sprite for Gyarados, 100%. Also, this Dragonite sprite, not really hitting for me. Once again, looking too much like Barney the Dinosaur. I think yellow made him look much more devastating. Either way, we go for the Thunderbolts. double Thunderbolts. We get off on this Dragonite, who then goes for another Thunder Wave. Gets the Thunder Wave on a Raichu. And we decide to take the Hyper Beam attack. Can we survive it? By the skin of our teeth, and boom, Raichu not only manages to one-shot the Gyarados, which was obvious, but stayed in long enough to kill the Dragonite, one of multiple Dragonites we're going to be dealing with. So, Copper has done his duty. Copper, you're good. Wild Wing jumps in, just to take a Hyper Beam attack. Oh no, oh no! And it does about half. But not quite. We hit the Icy Wind. Flying Dragon, it's ×4 effectiveness, unlike a Dragonair. And not enough to kill, though. We didn't expect it. It's not like it's Blizzard or Ice Beam, so we knew it wasn't enough to kill. So now we go for something that definitely has pure accuracy. We go for Psychic. And for some reason, does not heal. I don't understand this move right here. Right here, I don't understand the reason why Lance didn't heal in the red zone. But we go for Psychic for the obvious accuracy points. We were thinking that they were going to, you know, full restore or something like that, and we'd get some early damage and see what Psychic could do. Now we have no idea, so we have to jump out and go for the other Dragonite, who launches the Hyper Beam, so it was the right choice. Who does a fuck ton of damage, once again. So now we go for that, what did I talk about? The Dragon Breath. And it's okay. It's not great. It's a 3-hit kill to the Dragonite. So we use the Dragon Breath again. It brings down to the red, but of course it will not kill. And now he gets another Hyper Beam off. Too close to call. I don't know why I made that decision. Like, I think the math was with me at the time. I did a quick calc and I said, alright, well, assuming that was a mid-roll, there's no way they could kill. I think on a high roll, they could have killed me from that range with that Hyper Beam. I just expected something different. I don't know why. Either way, it's like, and then now I'm checking all my stats, all my moves and stuff like that, because I'm like, holy shit. So I beat the Dragonites, but now, and Caligon is a no-go. We need to get rid, like, get out of here. But I don't want to sack anybody too, so of course I should have expected the Rock Slide. And thankfully, I switched in all honesty, I did not anticipate the Rock Slide. I was going for the super ×4 on Aerodactyl. I didn't think, but that, which by the way, once again, as we can see here, still had their red, and so we take a Hyper Beam nonetheless, which does quite a bit of damage, and now we're down to 66 HP. So we go for the Shadow Ball to kill Aerodactyl, but at the time, I was thinking more about the, alright, I need to get rid of this Aerodactyl as quick as I can. I wasn't thinking about the fact that the first move would be Rock Slide against, you know, Charizard and stuff like that. So we switch out to Rhydon the Heracles, who takes a flamethrower to the face, but is at full health. Still takes quite a bit. Our special defense must not be up to snuff, or that, or the Charizard's special attack is just that good. And outspeeds us too. Which unfortunately, we can't attack him because we didn't give Rock Slide to our guy. And now we go for Strength, which does quite a bit of damage. So it's another flamethrower attack. Maybe Golduck would have been better to survive. But once again, he could go, at any moment, he could go for a wing attack or something else. It could kill somebody, so we have to keep up. And boom! It works out, but once again, we could have played this match a hell of a lot better, but we do defeat the champion Lance. Meaning, by the way, we get multiple points. But however, at this point, we're going to go through it, but yeah. Gold and silver seem to be the exception to the rule. So many people need to make exceptions. We're going all the way. We're going all the way with this GenLocke. If we don't, I mean, can you really call it GenLocke? Because so many people say that if you only do the Johto gyms, you're not experiencing the whole game. I mean, it's a fair assessment. It's a fair reasoning here. So we're gonna get our guys into the Hall of Fame, but this isn't the end. This is not the end. I'd love to say we got our 1 point for beating the Elite Four and our 2 points for doing it without a loss. But we have a whole other region to get through. Let's do it. So, yeah. Unfortunately, this is not the end. But let's praise the GOATs. Copper the Raichu, Rhydon, Heracles the Rhydon, Wild Wing, Goalie of the Mighty Ducks, the Gold Duck, and Calagon the Black, who is red in this form, the Charizard, or orange, what have you, Needle Boy, the Needle King of the Dallas Needle Boys, and Apollo the Primeape, champion, greatest boxer of all time, and ourselves, Griever, going in there. But we have a long way to go, and they're not wrong. Now we have to go through, of course, the credits. This is the moment where I'm supposed to talk about shit. So, let's talk about some stuff. Fact of the matter is that we had an opportunity here, as I said, to say, yep, that's the gold run, and we do not have to continue. We beat the Elite Four, and we did, and we could call that the Nuzlocke and move on to the 3rd generation games. We could move on to Emerald. But then I said, well, no. At the very least, you got to get all 16 badges. And then the conversation went, well, do you fight Red? And do you fight the Elite Four a second time? And all these other things, right? Well, spoiler alert, I do it all. I don't want anybody saying that I cheaped out on my own GenLocke, because this is probably the first and only time I'm going to go through an actual full GenLocke, at least for the foreseeable future. So, we're going to play through Gold. We're going to get 16 badges. We're going to beat the Elite Four twice. And then we are going to fight Red. And then whatever that leaves us with, we'll talk about our points thereafter going forward. So, I do have some advice from a couple of really good, not combative, what do you call them, Pokemon, people who play in the meta and stuff like that. Anyways, boom. So, never mind, we're jumping right into it. We're in the Thunder Gym. Boom. Vermilion City. Goddamn. Alright, so we're jumping straight into Vermilion City. We clearly didn't lose anybody. And boom. We're starting off with Needle Boy, right out of the Elite Four. Looking like a boss. Looking promising. And boom, we're fighting level 33s. I don't think we're going to have much of a problem. I feel like this is going to be a lot of a joke, because we're going to be using our level 48s and 50s up against some high 30s. Yeah. So this might go pretty quick. Honestly, I think my editing leaves a little bit to be desired because I expected a little bit of an intro or a differential between, I guess the ending credits sort of count, but I sort of expected the idea to be not so jarring a transition. I blame mangakas for that all the time. Like, transitions need to be coherent, and all of a sudden we went from the end credits of being the Elite Four to boom, we're in the Vermilion City Gym, let's go. Like, you could at least have our venture a little bit. Of course, I'm trying to save on time with the GenLocke's, time, so maybe that was a factor. I tried to keep these videos to an hour or so maybe that was it. And I want to show all the gym challenges, being the gym trainers, which is what we're doing right now, so maybe that was the case. But either way, I think I fucked up there. I can admit it. I think I should have had a better transition point right there to acknowledge the changeover to, yeah, so we just beat the champion, we beat Johto, but we're still going into Kanto, so let's go. You know what I mean? So, anyways, not really a whole lot to talk about here. We're gonna destroy these gyms. It's honestly, unless something big happens, I'm surprised that I wouldn't have had a little footnote for myself to say, tell the viewers the trainer battles are so goddamn weak and a waste of our time, because Johto, we're not going to be showcasing them, because all you guys are going to see me do is see me get more levels. Yeah. Even I'm bored of this shit. That's why I'm yawning. It's not that it's 3:47 in the morning. I'm just a little bored. But we do fight one last gym leader in the Vermilion Gym. Let's go. Got a level 37 Pikachu. Interesting. Needle Boy decides to go all out though against Pikachu and do an earthquake. And no Pikachu is going to survive an earthquake from a higher level. And then a Flaffy. Which once again, every Soul Silver and every Pokemon Silver player uses and wants that Mareep, wants that Ampharos. They feel so weak, but nobody doesn't want to use them. I don't get it. I don't get what it is. So we had to add Bad Hair, of course, to the roster to use Cut. But yeah, we're in here to fight Surge. We save as we always do. And here we go. We're up against Surge. Once again, we will not be using Bad Hair. Basically an HM slave. We toss somebody out, then probably need the experience. And now, Pokemon Save Me in the War is about to send out a Raichu, level 44. This is the type of shit I was talking about, so let's go. A quick attack up against the Rhydon is not going to worry me. Let's go. Rhydon up against the Lightning Leader. Pretty sure I got this one. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we kill Raichu in one shot? Oh, my mistake. Must have been another Pokemon. Good choice of the Magneton, who is a Steel and Electric type. It takes double effectiveness to that. Double Team was the right choice. And now an Electabuzz, which, once again, I really wish I used more. And there we go. Ooh, there we go. This is why I love randomizers, because so many people don't love Electabuzz or Scyther or Pinsir or Jinx or Kangaskhan for the reason of their rarity and their late game gaining ability. But, you know, if you get one, it's just like, yeah. And boom, we go for the strength attack on the Electrode. It goes for explosion. But of course, it's not going to do too much damage to Rhydon, who's the rock type. He's got the defense. It did some damage, not enough. And then comes, oh, he's got double Electrodes. So now at this point, I'm like, alright. So apparently, I really have to kill these things. But he goes for double team for some reason. I already picked Dig. Now it's got a double team. Double the double team. Times 4 double team. Dig is going to miss. It's going to get annoying really quick. And now it's the third one. We're going to basically, at this point, now there's the fourth one, we're waiting for the next explosion. We do hit 1 strength, but realistically, it's not going to matter because we're waiting for, yeah, the second explosion. It's not going to be enough to kill. Doesn't even get us into the yellow. And boom, baby. We defeat Surge. Our first Kanto gym badge in the gold run. So we got that Thunder badge. We received the Thunder badge. Let's go. Here's where we decide to go to Saffron City and get one of the hardest gym badges in Kanto for sure. Now we're back to Kanto, as it were. How hard is this one gonna be? Now we're gonna use Crunch. It still does actually a decent amount of damage. Even though it's not the move. With the special attack stat and all that. And, like you guys, I'm yawning over fighting some little bitches. Let's get to that gym leader. Let's go. So now we strength a Hypno. So we're half, almost 3/4 of the way. Let's go. And we take a Confusion. We do a whole lot. We take strength. I believe we're saving up our A players, our all-star team for Sabrina. That's why we have Rhydon out in front here to fight against the trainers. But considering this game has a lack of good training grounds and experience and power scaling leveling, we really do need to battle all the trainers in each gym. It's an option in my Nuzlocke rules. You don't have to in most Nuzlockes, but in my Nuzlocke you do have to. Excuse me. Go beat all their ass. Franklin, this bitch, he got nothing. He has nothing. Then we go up to the next trainer who says, yeah, got a door and some shit. His name is Jared. I mean, I know some kind of cool Jareds. Unlike Franklin. Hey, it's Franklin. Come over to play. I know Franklin and Turtle. Jared, I'm sort of familiar with from a few great video games, maybe Supernatural. There's a lot of Jareds, but we're still sort of destroying them right on here. See, my idea was throw the one who's least likely, like the one with the bad special defense, up in front, take the initial hits from the trainers, and then go forth. And we did take hits. We took 80 damage for the hits. But, ish. 80-ish. But, we're beating with allegation. And see, things like this, stun spore and stuff. We can't have this up against Sabrina. So we are going for winning as many trainer battles as possible with our Rhydon, who is at a disadvantage up against the Psychic, of course the Psychic Poison type, and we're going forward. And we're staying in, since Psychic does shit. Boom, we're down to 75, we're down to the yellow, but we defeated Psychic Jared as well. So this is what my strategy was all about. Now, we can switch Pokemon, yeah, 100%. I knew we were going to do that. We're going to switch to Copper. And now Copper, I'm surprised actually. I thought Copper was going to be the goat to start the Sabrina fight, and maybe still will, depending on how these fights go. We're up against a crazy lady, Medium Doris. Was a slow, but oh, well, this is a match made in heaven. You ain't even going to see damage, are you, Copper? Down and out. And a slow bro. I would be worried, but the 10 level difference tells me that your special defense will not keep up with my special attack. And boom, since I know we have a good IV special attack. I don't think it's 31 or anything like that, but I know my special attack is really fucking good. And we have enough EVs into that shit, it's just too good. And then, for some reason I'm going back. Why am I going back? Boom, boom. Did we fight all the trainers? Oh, I think we did. I think that was... yeah, that was the last trainer. Alright, now we're up against Sabrina. Let's go. 3-year vision of her arrival. Or our arrival, sorry, not her arrival, our arrival. Meaning she knew she would be defeated by both green, blue, and red, and now gold? Meaning she foresaw 4 defeats and stayed a gym leader. I almost would have preferred it had she known that she was going to lose so hard that she quit being a gym leader, or try to defy fate in some way. Either way, we jump into this with Copper, take a Psychic Blast to the face, which hurts like a bitch, but thankfully our speed stat is better, and we do kill the Espeon, but that Espeon came out of that gate swinging, holy shit, and we're backpedaling a little bit here, because this Mr. Mime, if he decides to Psychic, we might lose. So we're switching into Ancalagon. So Reflect went for the defensive up. Thankfully, we're going for the special attack version. And now Barrier, of course, defense went way up. So the defense is just skyrocketing. Granted, special defense is the crux of Psychic types. It's not the crux. It's the thing. So, up in the defense just means that they aren't going to have a way for me to do an easy W. And let's go! Let's go, baby! So we killed the Mr. Mime because all he wanted to do was set up defense, but I can survive another psychic from that. It's powerful. But I do way more with my flamethrower than that bitch does with his psychic. Let's go. And this time, luck is on our side. And Calagon critical hit on the Alakazam. Now granted, we still would have won that. We still would have won that bout. Because all that Mr. Mime cared about was barrier. All that bitch cared about was stacking up defensive walls while we were going to use special attacks anyways. And then we jump into the Celadon City Gym. And here, once again, alright baby. Alright ladies and gentlemen, let's just sit back a little bit because we have our weight in gold right now. We have so much so that we're gonna let a fighting type. We're gonna let Apollo take over right now. We're gonna let Apollo take over and kill some of these trainers. Celadon City is a goddamn joke. We're gonna treat it as such. It was only a threat in Gen 1. It is no longer a threat. I mean, look at this. I've been asleep the whole goddamn time. Took 3 hits of damage so far. Sweet scent. Oh, I'm so just beside myself. How many turns has it been? By the way, sleep powder, bullshit. We've taken too many hits. Finally, an attack comes in. Then a Divine Whip, boom, strength. There goes the Victory Bell. One of the strongest grass types in by Gen 2. We killed him without putting up a sweat. Keep Apollo out here. Vileplume. Alright. I'm going for the absorb trick this time. See, Victory Bell tried to slow me down and do chip damage. It didn't really work. Your absorb ain't gonna work much either when I strength you twice and kill you twice. So boom, there goes Victory Bell and Vileplume. Both gone. Now we fight another maiden of the Celadon City Gym. And what do we got? The Picnicker has an Executor. Once again, this is going to be level 37? Perfect. These high level 30s with high level evolutions still give my high level 40s great experience. Something they will not get in the wild because Johto, as we know, has terrible wild level for encounters. And it's level dynamic. The curve is all off. It worked in red and blue. Doesn't work here. I think they screwed up a lot. Realistically, had they made it the same they had made back in the day, the gym leaders would have level 60s. Almost, and the last one should have like a 70. And we should be in the low 60s by the time we get there. And then Red should have 80s, which, well, he has 180. And then we should be, 5 levels below him. So, they didn't structure it that way, unfortunately, but it is what it is. We're still kicking this shit out of these guys while I answer texts. That's how much I think of Celadon City Gym. Okay, so shit's going down in my wife's family. I'm mad. I'm very mad. Huh. We'll finish this though. We'll finish this though first because nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it right now. remain calm. Nothing I can do about it. Let's look at this poor excuse for a Pokemon, Jumpluff, which, once again, is supposed to be a highlight new grass type slash flying type slash whatever type. I forget. I know is Jumpluff supposed to be a grass type? I like the evolutionary line, but if they would learn a goddamn grass move and have good stats, maybe I would think twice about them. But Jumpluff, like, because early on you get a Hoppip opportunity before the second gym. It would be a great grass addition. 3-stage. It just sucks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wait a minute now. Why am I doing that? Why am I bothering? Now here's where we get rid of the final, Apollo's just been strutting his stuff. Doing all the work. All the work right now. And the confusion hit is gonna hurt. Yep, it hurt. It hurt. Alright. Apollo used strength. Apollo used strength. And now we're into the final Pokemon Parasect. Before we go up and face the gym leader. And Spore. An immediate fall asleep. I think it's finally time we switch. And we switch into Needleboy. You gonna go for it? You gonna go for it against Needleboy? No, you're gonna use Leech Slide. Okay? I see you. See you. Ever since I should be faster, and boom, Shadow Ball. Quick, just little papa. Done like dinner. We defeated Beauty Julia, and now we are on to Erica, which I believe is the end of this particular run. This video. Yeah. Pretty sure. Either way, we're facing Erica, so we beat Surge, we beat Sabrina, and we beat Erica in this particular run. Alongside of, well, beating the whole Elite Four, but we just jumped right into it, so I'm a little unsure how I edited this shit. So yeah, Tangela, obviously, we start off with Ankelagon at full strength, just to add insult into injury. Level 49, gonna get to level 50 with this one, so, boom, Flamethrower, easy kill right there. And it gets us to level 50, and Calagon is officially level 50 by killing the Tangela. Then we have Jumpluff. Once again, I wish Jumpluff was better. I really do. I would have argued Jumpluff for a lot of years, but I couldn't because she was so bad. She was so bad. And then Blossom. Now this is a Pokemon I always wanted to get. The different form of Vileplume, the different form of Gloom, a new Johto? Let's go. It's no different than Politoed. Politoed was like the new addition to that evolutionary line. It was really cool. And now we have Victory Bell. Boom. Hit. And a critical hit might have mattered. Don't think it did. Our Ankelagon is that good. We get almost all the way to level 51. And now that is pretty much the end right there. So, we defeated. We won. Not yet, but we did do it. We beat Erica. We beat Sabrina. We beat Surge. We are 3 gyms in to defeating the whole Kanto run of the Johto run of our GenLocke. So, I think we did a fantastic job so far. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, very much appreciated. And yeah, we definitely did it. We did it. We haven't lost a Pokemon yet. Granted, after the Elite Four, I would argue it's incredibly easy to win the second set of 8 badges, even in a Nuzlocke. Even in a Nuzlocke, because you're generally, any Pokemon that survives through to that point is overleveled, like we are. We're quite overleveled, though it's only, for the gym leader size, we're only 4 to 5 in the difference. As we go on, that gap just widens. You know, at first it was 2 to 3 levels, then it's 5 to 6 levels, then 7 to 8 levels. Like, it just, the gap widens as we go on, as long as we don't lose Pokemon. So, either way, that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed, and once again, we will be back here next time for the final part, I'm going to assume. I'm pretty sure that we can get all the rest, the 5 gyms. Well, maybe not. There might be a second part to this afterwards. But next part, at the very least, next part of our Gold GenLocke challenge. Hope to see you there. Great time. I had a blast recording this and stuff, and I've had a blast reviewing it as well alongside of everything. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Have a good one. Sayonara.